evening and welcome. You're watching The Big Fight, a show that is young at 23, the oldest running debate show on Indian news television. I am Sanket Upadhyay. The Gujarat election fever has reached fever pitch. The campaigning is on. We saw that this entire week, as the first phase ended and voting happened, one more phase is remaining, but the campaigning continues. The longest ever road shows happening, huge campaigning happening. Whether it is for the BJP or the Aam Aadmi Party, they're majorly in campaign mode, trying to change the hawa in the state. But there is another political party, the Congress party, which says that we are also in the mix. Don't rule us out. It's just that you don't see what we are trying to do. Our campaigning is more muted, low-key. That was the word used by Ashok Gehlot for the Congress campaigning. So what exactly is happening in Gujarat? You see, the typical formula, the templated formulas are also there. There is a Hindu-Muslim angle that was brought in by Himanta Biswa Sarma. He brought in Shraddha Walkar and Aftab. He brought in Uniform Civil Code. He brought in Love Jihad. The Bharatiya Janata Party has made certain promises. They say the Modi's face is being prominently positioned by the BJP. At the same time, Aam Aadmi Party is carrying out its campaign saying that don't trust the Congress and don't trust the incumbents. The real Parivartan is here. And then, on the other hand, you've got the Congress party, which is carrying out its campaign as we discussed. While all of this is happening, all of this, a very typical, again, going back to that template, a very typical comment also has come in from the Congress party. First, Aukat statement for the Prime Minister and then the Ravan statement. Both statements lapped up by the BJP and the Prime Minister. Knowing fully well that these comments are then spun around and used in their favor by the BJP, and BJP has done that effectively in the past. Yet, so basically every element of the campaigning in Gujarat exists. So one down and one more to go in Gujarat. Is this going to be the return of the incumbents, or will there be a big surprise in the Gujarat elections? All right, let me first introduce our panelists. We have Dr. Shama Mohammed, spokesperson of the Congress, Deepal Trivedi, senior journalist from Gujarat, Amit Dholakia, professor of political science, Girja Shankar Mishra, senior BJP leader, and Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. But before I come to all of you, let me also introduce Mr. Raghav Chadha. He is an MP of the Aam Aadmi Party and also the co-in charge for the Gujarat campaign. Raghav, thank you very much for your time. My first question, how is it looking for you? You've been written off by the BJP, written off by the Congress party, and yet you claim that Parivartan is here and you are bringing about that Parivartan.
Well, Aam Aadmi Party has been written off both by the BJP and the Congress 1,000 times in the last 1 decade of our existence. So we don't take, quite frankly, the writing off of the BJP and the Congress very seriously. I think what matters is that the people of Gujarat are yearning for change, and 3-4 things that are going for the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat are as follows. Number one, and above all, a huge sentiment for change, yearning desire for change among the masses. Number two, a robust organization that has been prepared over the last 8 months with the blood, sweat, tears and toils of the Aam Aadmi Party volunteers led by Mr. Kejriwal. Number three, a spirited campaign accepted and well received by the people of Gujarat. Number four, a promise of hope, a model of economic upliftment, the only party that is actually coming up with a concrete promise this election. And number five, a momentum that Aam Aadmi Party has built over the last few months and is now peaking as the state goes to polls. So these are 5 things that are going for the Aam Aadmi Party. And I said, and as I have said previously, Sanket, Aam Aadmi Party is a small political party with limited resources, with limited amount of leaders. But today the entire population of Gujarat, the electorate of Gujarat has come under this banner of Aam Aadmi Party and is about to unleash Parivartan in the state.
Okay, so while you say that, what gives you the confidence that this is going to happen? I mean, phase 1 polling is over. What are the reports that you're getting as a co-in-charge? What gives you the confidence that the Parivartan will happen and will happen in your favor?
Well, Saurashtra, South Gujarat and the region of Kutch, these were previously also strong areas for the Aam Aadmi Party. All pollsters, etc., who were even not, were previously writing off AAP, was saying that Saurashtra, Surat, South Gujarat area is one area where AAP is going to do very well. And that is the area that went to polls in phase one. The polling happened and the people voted overwhelmingly for change. Our people on the ground, volunteers on the ground, people manning the polling stations, polling booths, etc., have reported that, a lot of people who may not come in front of your camera and confess that they have voted for change, voted for a non-BJP party, have actually pressed the Jhadu button on the EVM, and we are very hopeful that the same trend is likely to continue when Central and North Gujarat go to polls.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. What do you make of the Congress party saying that ours is a low-key campaign? We are a traditional party. We are strong in the rural pockets. We are strong in the tribal pockets. And that will continue to be the case. Now, we know that the Aam Aadmi Party's entire campaign, Raghav, while you say that you are taking on the incumbents, the BJP, your campaign has a hidden message that don't vote the Congress, vote us. So the big question is, how do you become the incumbent? By damaging the Congress or damaging the BJP or both?
We are running a low-key campaign. We are a traditional party. We are an old political outfit. Essentially means that we are no more in the business of fighting elections. We have withdrawn from the Gujarat 2022 elections, and we have now essentially become an NGO which only does some social work from time to time. This is how I define Congress in the state of Gujarat. Congress is quite frankly not contesting these elections, barring 4 or 5 seats where they're likely to do reasonably well, and that too because they have strong people contesting on the ticket of the Congress on those assembly constituencies. Barring those 4 or 5, Congress is literally a non-existent political party in the state of Gujarat today. No leadership of Congress is interested in contesting these elections. They've essentially given all other parties a walkover. This is a bipolar election, a two-cornered contest between the AAP and the BJP. And when we started campaigning, when Mr. Kejriwal came to Gujarat in the end of March and first week of April for the first time to hold a mega rally, our graph started from 0% and our graph is increasing like this. BJP started from 48% and their vote share is coming down and their graph is coming down.
What data are you quoting?
I am quoting my own surveys. I am quoting the sentiment on the ground.
So this is the Aam Aadmi Party's calculation. Let's put that out.
Well, this is quite frankly the calculation of any person who's been at the grassroots, who's been speaking to the people, that AAP has crossed the BJP in the vote share now. I'm not in a position to give you the precise number of seats, but BJP's vote share is crumbling. AAP's trajectory and trend of vote share is like this, and we have crossed the BJP. One thing is very clear, that there is an overwhelming desire for change, and today in Gujarat, change is synonymous with Kejriwal. No other party represents change. When as an independent...
Yeah, Mr. Raghav Chadha, my question is, you say change is imminent and people are yearning for change. Do people want change even over and above Narendra Modi's association with Gujarat and Narendra Modi's repeated campaigning and presence in Gujarat?
Look, the 2002 election, the 2007 election, the 2012 election, the 2017 election, all these elections in the state of Gujarat were fought on the Modi factor. But trust me when I say this, the 2022 Gujarat election is not being fought on the Modi factor. It is being fought on the Kejriwal factor. Today, the disruptor of Gujarat politics is Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party. We have reshaped the political landscape of the state, and when the results come out, the results will speak for themselves. Two issues that are have quite frankly captured the imagination of the voters of Gujarat. One is unemployment and the other is price rise, inflation. only Aam Aadmi Party is giving a concrete blueprint of economic upliftment for the poor, for the people of Gujarat, and is addressing these two concerns. No other political party is making any promise. I ask you, what is the BJP's principal promise in these elections? Congress, I can understand, is not even campaigning and has withdrawn from the elections, but our principal challenger, or we are the principal challenger to the BJP. What is the concrete promises that the BJP has made to the people? What is the hope that they have generated in the minds and eyes of the people? None. None whatsoever. Zilch. The only party that has managed to generate hope is the Aam Aadmi Party. And voting essentially is an emotion that is based on hope, that is based on umeed, which only the Aam Aadmi Party has managed to generate today.
Okay. Raghav Chadha, many thanks for joining us on The Big Fight. Thank you very much. Interesting to hear your views. Thank you. Okay, introducing our guests once again. Dr. Shama Mohammed, I would like to begin with you now. We, through the course of this broadcast, will be speaking to Mumtaz Patel also, where in an earlier, I recorded this interview earlier and she made certain observations. And you just heard Raghav Chadha also speak. The Aam Aadmi Party calls itself the principal opposition now to the BJP in the state of Gujarat. Where does that leave the Congress?
You know, I was listening to Sanket to Raghav Chadha and he sounded almost like Amit Shah, you know, very similar lines. Like when Amit Shah and Modi, they go to Gujarat, they say we will win more than 200 seats. So what is the idea behind this? When you go into an election, you have people who are definitely going to vote for one party, like a BJP, people who are going to vote for the Congress, the other side. There are lots of them who sit on the fence. Now, these fence sitters do not want a hung assembly. So the fence sitters go for the ones who are surely going to win. So when you give these words out, we are surely going to win, you know, we're going to get 200 seats, we're going to be there. This attitude is exactly like the Bharatiya Janata Party, you know, showing off that we are going to win. I want to ask him how many times in his conversation to you, he used the word aap. I heard him say Kejriwal. Even Kejriwal said, हमारी केजरीवाल की सरकार चाहिए सभी को. कौन है ये केजरीवाल? Is he again, they are also again making up, it's not about others, it's a party, one. Number two, what happened to Uttarakhand? You have to ask up, what happened to Uttarakhand? What happened to Goa? They ran away. They shut shop. What happened to Himachal? Himachal was the state they said we are going to be there. We are going to defeat Congress. They shut shop and left because many of their people have joined either our party or the Bharatiya Janata Party. They knew they couldn't. So now they're going to do this sort of action and saying, you know, Congress nahi hai, Congress khatam hai, Congress ye hai, Congress wo hai. When the results will come out, it will be like Goa or any of those states which they've been saying, they will be zero, maybe 1, 2 or 4 seats. That's what I see they will get. So this is not
but
just...
who will they damage more? See, obviously in a 100% vote share pie, some votes will go somewhere. So what is your assessment? Who does the Aam Aadmi Party damage more?
No, definitely they will be. The votes of ours are split. That's why we always call the Aam Aadmi Party the B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are told where to go, what to do, how to go about it to split our vote, basically. That is true. And we must aggressively fight against the Aam Aadmi Party. That is very clear that we must. And I believe we should fight harder.
Okay. Girja Shankar Mishra of the BJP is also with us. Mr. Mishra, who do you consider your principal opponent? आम आदमी पार्टी और कांग्रेस कौन है आपकी चुनौती?
यहाँ गुजरात का जो पिछला रिकॉर्ड रहा है, कभी भी तीसरी पार्टी को कोई भी स्थान यहाँ पे गुजरात के अंदर दिया नहीं गया है. इसलिए आम आदमी पार्टी तो कहीं भी नहीं है. हमारे कॉन्टेस्ट में जो कुछ है थोड़ा बहुत कांग्रेस है, और कांग्रेस भी कहीं दिख नहीं रही है जमीन पे, क्योंकि लोगों की जो जन आकांक्षा है उसको राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार मिलकर के पकड़ी है. और गुजरात की जनता शांति, सलामती और सुरक्षा और विकास इसको चाहती है, जो कि हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में गुजरात की जनता को और देश की जनता को मिल रहा है. इसलिए यहाँ हमको कहीं नहीं दिखाई दे रही है, ना तो कांग्रेस दिखाई दे रही है, ना तो आम आदमी पार्टी. ये तो चिल्लाने की बात है, जोर जोर से सब चिल्ला रहे हैं, लेकिन इनका मुझे कहीं जमीन पर नहीं दिखाई दे रहे हैं. संकेत भाई, आप भी आके सूरत में देख के गए हैं, कहीं भी नहीं दिखाई दिए लोग.
Okay, Siddharth Sharma, I want to come to you now. You see, I noticed a very interesting trend in Gujarat where each political party is cancelling one another, right? So you have cancelled the Congress, Congress has cancelled the Aam Aadmi Party, BJP has cancelled the Aam Aadmi Party. Everybody seems to be cancelling one another. And the Aam Aadmi Party says that the BJP wants a convenient fight with the Congress. That is why they are not acknowledging our presence.
Sanket, I think this question of yours has been very well articulated and answered by our spokesperson and Gujarat Prabhari Raghav Chadda, wherein he has proven that be in Delhi or be in Punjab, when Aam Aadmi comes with power, it decimates BJP as well as Congress. So BJP just speaks about Congress Mukt Bharat, but in fact, if in Delhi it is Congress Mukt Delhi, it is because of Aam Aadmi Party. So let us not go into that. You were in your opening remarks making certain very nuanced suggestions about the body language, about the rhetoric that were being used by different political parties. I think the Gujaratis, our Gujarati brothers and sisters today would have seen the very nuanced thing when the Honorable Prime Minister started his roadshow. The kind of cap he was wearing is designed AAP, Aam Aadmi Party's cap, although the color differs, but that is the truth. That is the nuanced message that the Prime Minister is giving, that the fight today is between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, absolutely no doubt about it.
And you have arrived at this conclusion due to the cap.
Isn't it so? You are speaking about nuanced small things.
No, by that logic, the Congress Seva Dal has been wearing a white cap for the longest time.
But the Congress is not there in the picture right now, no? The problem
I'm
with
only furthering it, since you
nuanced
this from caps, so I thought I should bring this point in.
Sanket, that's what I'm trying to say. But the problem with Congress is that they are wearing the cap and doing their Bharat Jodo Yatra in Madhya Pradesh, not in Gujarat. They are not even in the picture. Now, let me just complete. Since you have asked this question, I'm coming to the substantial part of it. Yeah. I started off with this nuance because you started off with a nuance. I'll come to the substantive part. There are certain elections in which, for example, in 1977, the Sampurn Kranti started off from Gujarat during Jayaprakash Narayan. So there are certain elections that are watershed elections. What has happened essentially in Gujarat is that for 27 years, an entire generation has seen no other different model of governance. And the Aam Aadmi Party's model of governance, be it in Delhi or be it in Punjab, is today giving a hope and a guarantee to the people of Gujarat that yes, there are certain issues, daily issues, on which the BJP, the present model of governance that we have been seeing for the last one generation, there is something different also on offer. Be it on education, be it on healthcare, or be it even on the farmers getting their MSP in Punjab. So that is, and the most important point, let us digress away from the political point of it. CSDS is a very credible institution which has done a very extensive survey in Gujarat. It's a totally non-political survey which has happened just a few weeks ago. And 2/3 of Gujaratis have spoken about Parivartan. Now, what is Parivartan? Obviously, the 40 Congress candidates getting ticket from BJP is not Parivartan. BJP coming back is not Parivartan. Parivartan is the Parivartan essentially means that the average Gujarati brothers and sisters today want a total systemic overhaul. They want to see a totally new.
And you feel that the system overhaul will happen because of the Aam Aadmi Party. But you know, the big question, Dipal Trivedi, is that will this feeling or yearning for change in Gujarat happen for the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress Party over and above the Prime Minister? You see, in all the election reports that we filed, we met a lot of people who criticized the local leadership of the BJP, who are not happy, at least off camera, with the way the local leadership of the BJP in Gujarat is working. But when it came to the face of the Prime Minister or the position of the Prime Minister, I think that issue settled. Like in the Surat textile traders market, a lot of murmurs that this should happen, that should happen. But at the end, they said that, Narendra Modi, he will take care what to do. These are the political dynamics of Gujarat. Do you think that is, so can change be exacted beyond Modi? or tiding over Modi and his image?
Sanket, I think you nixed it perfectly. You know, I'm just back after attending Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow for a while. And in last 2 decades of my journalistic career, I haven't seen an impressive roadshow. It's more like a victory show. Number one. Number two, I met a person there who said that, you know, a couple of people, like they gathered in a group and they said that they're okay if Chief Minister in Gujarat is replaced even every 6 months. They don't care because they vote for Mr. Modi. This is the sentiment. So yes, as of now, after the first phase, I don't think there is any Parivartan happening in Gujarat, Parivartan in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress, because the BJP's tagline, Bharosa Nahi Sarkar. I think the people of Gujarat still are going to repose their faith with the BJP. The Aam Aadmi Party definitely is going to dent into both the BJP and Congress vote banks. In fact, at least at 2 places, which have been till now the BJP strongholds. One I can even say is Garyathar in Bhavnagar district. I will not be surprised if BJP ends up at the 3rd spot. But on the whole, it is BJP and there's no Parivartan. Another interesting aspect of these elections is that this was the first time.
This is your assessment despite the anger and resentment against the incumbent, against the Gujarat government.
See, because as people have reflected, this is my personal opinion, in the ballot box, they have been angry with the chief ministers in the past, with whosoever, but they have forgiven for the everyone for the sake of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this is going to reflect.
Do you think that's a deliberate distinction which the BJP has made so as to benefit them in elections? Mr. Dholakia, would you like to come in on that? Do you feel that this is a strategy? In Rajasthan, I remember there were a lot of comments that Modi se bair nahi, Rani teri khair nahi. Of course, the reference to Rani was, Vasundhara Raje Scindia. This is way back in 2018, not now. Do you feel that this very clear difference is made? That if you have any anger against the BJP, it should be against BJP functionaries, but the Prime Minister's image will be above suspicion and he will be launched to do the damage control.
Yes, absolutely right. As Deepal said, Modi is totally a different persona for the Gujaratis. He is not just a BJP leader. He has established a subliminal connect with the Gujarati psyche. And when he says, "Hu chu Gujarat, I am Gujarat," when he says, "Main Gujarat banaya mujhe, I have made Gujarat," he is actually trying to amalgamate himself with the Gujarati society. You see a total identification of his own persona with the Gujarati society. There are absolutely no ground level indications that there is high degree of dissatisfaction that people have with the present government that is ruling in Gandhinagar, or people are disenchanted with this Modi magic. So I fully agree with people that all these claims of Aam Aadmi Party that they are going to bring about a big Parivartan, they are really unrealistic claims. They are not really matched by ground realities. First of all, Aam Aadmi Party doesn't have organizational network. You see the kind of organizational network that you need to convert even your supporters' sympathy into votes. Except in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar area, Surat, Rajkot and some parts of Saurashtra, Aam Aadmi Party is virtually invisible. You see, their leaders are not known. The chief ministerial face or other state level leaders, people can't relate to them. People don't even know their names. So this is the ground level reality. So it is too much to expect that Gujarat is headed for Parivartan. Secondly, the divider role that Aam Aadmi Party will play. You see, it's not going to be a winner, but it is going to be a spoiler. Definitely that is going to help the BJP. So there is no doubt about it, because last time about 20 seats Congress won by a margin of less than 1,000 votes. So even if Aam Aadmi Party gets about 5,000 votes in those constituencies, BJP has an advantage in those seats. So overall, I fully agree with people that the dice is set in favor of Bharatiya Janata Party, the return of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Only interesting point is how much vote Aam Aadmi Party is able to secure, 5%, 10%, 2%, whatever. That is
Okay,
the only
I think
curiosity in this
going forward, I'll also ask you a question on maneuverability that was done, or the maneuvering that was done on accommodating the Congress turncoats to benefit, and also BJP's own rebels, how much they will damage, or will they cause any damage or not, and if there are some independents who end up winning, which way will they go in a post-election scenario? So these are all important questions. I will come to you, Deepal, as well as Mr. Dholakia for these questions. But Shama Mohammed, you see, in every election, we have seen that the BJP has this tendency and a propensity to benefit from any personal attack, to convert it into some sort of an advantageous situation for them. So be it Maut Ka Saudagar, Zahar Ki Kheti, Neech, Chai Wala, in this very election, two comments that have been made, Auqat remark by Madhusudan Mistry and Ravan comment made by Mallikarjun Kharge. The BJP has twisted this around to use it to its advantage in the past, and knowing this track record, do you feel that these comments could have been avoided by the Congress?
I certainly don't feel, one thing what the BJP does is...
But they spin it around in their favor.
No, I'm going to tell you what I exactly feel about this.
Yeah.
I think when we say something, that's it. Now, what all has Mr. Modi said? I mean, last elections, I cannot forget the raincoat jibe at sitting in parliament against former prime minister and laughing. I mean, that's horrible. But, Vidwa ki khati, we know all that, Jersey cow he called. But for me, what is worse than that was last election, 2017 Gujarat election, when he accused Manmohan Singh, General Kapoor and Hamid Ansari of colluding with Pakistan to make Ahmed Patel the chief minister. I mean, that is called treason. You are accusing army general. Can you imagine, former army general? So Mr. Modi can accuse the army and show the military is that way, but nobody has to say anything about it. So how is that possible that he accuses them of treason, and that to former prime ministers, former vice president, all constitutional positions, very important positions, and he hasn't apologized for that. Now, why is the media not questioning? I don't feel there's anything wrong about the Ravan thing or Auqat or any of those things, because what Mr. Kharge meant was that his picture is there on every election, Lok Sabha, on the election.
Dr. Shama Mohammed, you see the context.
Let me finish.
Yeah, context you have explained. Dr. Shama Mohammed, see the context you have explained, the Congress too has. But you see, that's why I frame my question this way. The ability of the BJP, for instance, in this very election, Hemant Biswa Sarma also called your leader Saddam Hussein. But you never twisted that around and used it to your advantage.
So I also want to ask I want to ask the BJP, why are they twisting it? Because they are saying there is Vikas in Gujarat. What did Mr. Modi come out in 2014? Mr. Modi came out saying, I'm going to give more jobs. I'm going to do Vikas. This is what he said. I'm going to end corruption, black money. Talk about that. They're twisting all this. This Hemanta is bringing love jihad on a horrible, horrible murder, because there is nothing else to show. Understand that. There's nothing else to show. I mean, you can call whatever I also remember the Minister of State for Health, Ashwini Chaubey, called Rahul Gandhi Nale ke Keeda. Did Mr. Modi reprimand him? No. So that is their level. So I don't understand what is the big deal. I have nothing. I feel we should not even apologize or say anything. There's nothing wrong in saying this is what it is.
Girja Shankar Mishra, how would you respond?
Let me finish. Let me finish, Sanket. I just want to, just give me 5 seconds.
चुनाव के जाने के लिए उनके पास कोई मुद्दे नहीं है.
एक सेकंड मिश्रा जी रुकिए, वो बात खत्म कर ले अपनी. Yes, Dr. Mohammed, quickly.
Yeah. And also to the great spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, who I want to say is that two things. One, the Bharat Jodo Yatra is a national movement. Okay, you can never do it. You can never have the discipline of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, what he is doing now. I've been there. So don't say it's in Madhya Pradesh. It's a national movement. Number two, the cap comes from Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So if you have You have copied us, that's a different thing, and our Seva Dal. So don't put this cap thing and do the other thing.
Okay, okay. Girja Shankar Mishra, let me come to you now. You see, the point that is being made over here is how you spin things around. एक औकात का कमेंट और रावण का कमेंट जो है वो प्रधानमंत्री ने सीधा अपनी रैली में उठा लिया. इससे पहले भी कई बार वो इस तरीके के कमेंट्स ले चुके हैं.
विकास उठाओ ना, विकास के बारे में बात
विकास
करो.
का मुद्दा, अगर आपका विकास का मुद्दा इतना तेज है, व्हाई डू यू नीड?
के बारे में बात करो, मोरबी ब्रिज के बारे में बात करो.
मुद्दा हमारा तेज है और विकास के मुद्दे पर हमको पूरा देश समर्थन कर रहा है. खाली गुजरात में पूरा देश समर्थन कर रहा है.
फिर औकात और रावण पर इतना विचलित होने की क्या जरूरत थी?
अरे हमारे लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी, गुजरात की जनता उनको प्रेम करती है, उनसे प्यार करती है. और हमारे प्रिय नेता को अगर औकात की बात करेंगे, रावण की बात करेंगे.
अरे तो आपके नेता ने भी तो सद्दाम हुसैन बोल दिया राहुल गांधी को, फिर तो वो भी गलत है.
मेरे नेता ने ऐसा नहीं बोला कि सद्दाम हुसैन है. उन्होंने कहा कि वो दाढ़ी रखने के बाद ऐसा उनका, उन्होंने ऐसा नहीं कहा कि वो सद्दाम हुसैन है.
मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे ने भी बोला, मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे ने बोला कि वो 100 सिर की तरह, एक तो रावण के 100 सिर नहीं होते, 10 होते हैं
जी.
उसके बाद उन्होंने एक सेकंड, उन्होंने ये बोला कि रावण की तरह वो हर जगह 100 सिर जो हैं उनके इधर से उधर हर जगह वही कैंपेनिंग करते हैं. कितने सिर होंगे? Now I am not justifying his comment. I am saying that if you are opposed to this comparison, आपको इस बात की भी,
लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री हमारा श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी,
तो फिर आपको सद्दाम हुसैन, देखिए अगर आपको इस बात का ठेस पहुंचा तो सद्दाम हुसैन वाले बयान पर भी आपको कहना चाहिए कि भाई ऐसी बात नहीं बोलनी चाहिए थी.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं कि आदरणीय श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी रोड पे 25 किलोमीटर रोड पे जाते हैं, लोग उनको खड़े होकर के देख रहे हैं, लोग उनकी सभा में आ रहे हैं, स्वयंभू लोग उनसे जुड़ते हैं. पूरे देश के अंदर वो लोकप्रिय हैं. आप रावण कह रहे हो, पूरे देश के अंदर
गिरजा शंकर मिश्रा,
मंदिरों का जीर्णोद्धार कराना हो.
Girja Shankar Mishra, my point is that if you are offended by Aukat and Ravan and you're using it, and it is a known fact, the BJP has successfully used it politically to their advantage, then should the BJP also not take offense to 50 crore की girlfriend, Jersey cow, Shehzada, Saddam Hussein?
औकात की बात करेंगे, रावण की बात करेंगे, रावण कहेंगे, औकात में देखने की बात करेंगे, तो हम उनको औकात में दिखाने की बात तो जनता के बीच में ले जानी पड़ेगी ना कि भाई कांग्रेस के लोग ये कह रहे हैं.
सिद्धार्थ शर्मा,
औकात की बात और रावण की बात.
सिद्धार्थ शर्मा, आई वांट टू कम टू यू नाउ.
इनकी औकात जो इन्होंने औकात कहा, उस औकात को बर्दाश्त करेगी क्या गुजरात की जनता?
सिद्धार्थ, do you feel that these emotional issues, these emotive issues that, अच्छा मिश्रा जी सुन ली आपकी बात.
प्रधानमंत्री हुआ जो कि सबका साथ,
सुन ली आपकी बात.
समान व्यवस्था लागू कर.
अच्छा मिश्रा जी अब रुकिए,
औकात और रावण की बात करेंगे.
अच्छा रुकिए हो, हाँ आपकी बात मैंने सुन ली. नाउ सिद्धार्थ शर्मा, my question to you is, in the middle of Aukat, Ravan and the counter attack to that and effective cancelling of the Aam Aadmi Party, do you think you have a chance? Or will this take over?
Innuendos and that. Yeah, Sanket, everyone, I think the viewers of NDTV as well as Gujaratis are wise enough to understand that innuendos and acronyms are no substitute for creative agenda. Everyone is saying right now that the BJP and the Congress are just throwing innuendos on each other. And the surprising part, there are lakhs of viewers of NDTV right now watching your big debate. None of your viewers are either member of Aam Aadmi Party or BJP or Congress. They are only concerned who is going to give them good governance and who is going to give them certain ease of living. The problem with the BJP and the Congress today is that they are so mesmerized by each other. They have a kind of a, fixed match going on that it's like a tag team which diverts attention. And I'd like to highlight a very important point here, wherein two of your independent panelists very clearly spoke that yes, the people of Gujarat today are angry at the local government, but they will vote for some other factor. Isn't it a question on the wisdom of a Gujarati? A Gujarati is wise enough today to know that who is going to give him governance in Gujarat and who is taking care of the nation in Delhi. He knows that. Do we think that the Gujarati wisdom is so so much the IQ level of Gujarat, the Gujaratis don't know who is going to govern them. So the point here is that, again I'll come back to that substantive part, wherein the CSTS survey said 2/3 of Gujaratis today want Parivartan. So that is the key word, and I think it's not the word that I'm using. Your teams have also gone on ground. I have also been on ground. All your journalists have been on ground. They have also accepted in this program that yes, the word Parivartan is there. But right now their assessment is that Parivartan is
Okay. Last 5 to 7 minutes, Amit Dholakia as well as Deepal Trivedi. I want to come back to you, and I want to, yes, Dr. Mohammed, I'll come to you.
I just want one
Professor
before-
Professor Dholakia, you see, I wanted to ask you this question on this maneuvering that has been done by the BJP, right? On one hand, you've got many people who were denied tickets, and then on the other, you had a lot of these Congress turncoats who were given tickets. Lots of changes happened in the Bharatiya Janata Party, and this was last minute. This was not something which the BJP had thought that they will do. Many of those who were denied tickets in the BJP turned rebels. Where do you think that this is necessarily going to help the BJP?
About 19 seats in Gujarat are such where BJP's rebel candidates can damage the ruling party's prospects. It is for the first time that BJP is experiencing the problem of indiscipline within the party, in spite of the towering personality of Amit Shah and Narendra Modi hovering over there. Definitely in many of these seats where these 19 rebels are contesting, I think BJP is quite edgy. It is quite also cautious about its own prospects. I think the message is very clear that it is better not to rely upon defectors, but rather to stick to your own cadre. And today, even one senior BJP leader from Amreli has spoken a few words against Hardik Patel, saying that be within your limits. You don't carry the BJP's original sanskars kind of thing, and you can also be suspended. You see, this is the type of language that has been used against a BJP candidate, a defector from the Congress, by a senior BJP leader himself. So this indicates that this Congress people's infusion within the BJP and granting them tickets has not gone down well with the loyal cadres of BJP. So let us hope that defectors are defeated in this election. I mean, I am saying this as a civil society person. Let all defectors from Congress or BJP or any other party, there should be total lesson, because people should not be fooled. You say one thing a month back, and today on the eve of the election, you change party, get a ticket, and then show some other color to the people. I think that message must be given to all the defectors of all the parties that people won't really tolerate it. Let us see what happens.
Okay.
I would want to
Last
react to-
comment by Dr. Shama Mohammed, as I am completely running out of time. Yes, Dr.
No,
Mohammed.
Sanket, I want to ask one thing today on this national television.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, when more than 140 people, and especially 55 children have been murdered, I would say,
I
not
agree.
an accident, there would be resignation. Everybody would hang their head in shame. The main man behind it, Jaisukh Patel, would be behind bars.
And he's
Where
still
is
not
he? Who is
arrested.
behind him? Home Minister of India is not able to get Jaisukh Patel. He is sitting right behind him. This is shameful. And Bilkis Banu's case, let me tell you, there are many in the BJP who found it obnoxious, the release of her murderers, the rapists, the murder of her children. On top of that, they give ticket to one of the murderers' daughter, and they give ticket to the man who says, yes, sanskari Brahman kaise kar sakte. What is the message given to the world, to India, with this horrible party is doing right now? I'm calling that name because this is not done. The murderers of that should be convicted, should be behind bars.
Deepal wants to come in.
And also, it is also the media. Media is not taking it up enough, except for you, Sanket. How many other channels are talking about the Morbi disaster?
Only a few days ago, when 30 days
That's
were
what I said,
completed.
only you. You are the one who's talking about it.
We had a debate, basically to question that in a very obvious case where you know, and by the way, there are Gujarat High Court observations. The FSL report is very clearly hinting as to who is at fault, and yet no one from the Morbi administration arrested?
No action.
No one, none of the owners questioned or arrested. Forget arrest, not even questioned. Deepal Trivedi.
Questioned.
Yeah. See, I would completely agree to what Dr. Shama Mohammed said. Yes, there has been murder, there has been the Bilkis Bano case, but I would want to add that despite all this is Gujarat. I would want to tell you at this point of time, elections in Morbi have been done. There was an election, Morbi was in the first phase, and believe me, it is going to be sad, but the BJP is going to win. And the real Ravan is the owner of Oriva, who renovated the bridge. But this is Gujarat. This is how the
municipal corporators who gave it the tender. Why should they go? What about the municipal corporation, the urban development?
Exactly. Now my point is, okay, I've run out of time. My point is an electoral win. If at all there is an electoral win in favor of the BJP from Morbi, that cannot be used. Like we saw it being used in Lakhimpur Kheri, that you see people have voted for us. That means nothing. An electoral win and justice for those who lost their loved ones are two totally different things. Thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Shama Mohammed, Deepal Trivedi, Amit Dholakia, Girja Shankar Mishra and Siddharth Sharma for joining us on this broadcast. We're stopping for a short break. The big fight will continue. We have an exclusive interview with Mumtaz Patel up next. All right, Gujarat elections, one down, one more to go. Will it be the return of the incumbents or will there be a surprise? And joining us right now is Ms. Mumtaz Patel. Thank you very much, Mumtaz. You voted in phase 1 and I believe you still have the indelible ink in your hand. So would you like to show the sign? Would you like to show the sign to the viewers?
Proud voter in the Indian democracy.
Okay, Ms. Patel, you see, this is going to be the first big election of the Congress party, which the Congress party is going to face without Mr. Ahmed Patel, who was from Gujarat, who is from Gujarat. Do you think that the family will miss him in this election or at this crucial point? And when family, I don't mean just you, but the extended family, the Congress.
No, of course, not just family members, of course, but the party as a whole and also our voters, the public at large. So the party misses him, we all miss him, people here, especially in Bharuch, but I have seen this all across Gujarat, so many calls, so many people, they really, really miss him, but somehow we just feel his presence all around and we're hoping that he's giving us blessings from out there.
Mumtaz Patel, Aam Aadmi Party is the new kid on the block as far as Gujarat is concerned. So what is your assessment of the way they are positioning themselves?
So I think more than anything is the media that's made it a three-way fight. What we see on the ground, yes, Aam Aadmi Party is present in a few pockets. However, the rural base of Congress is very strong and the urban voters do tend to drift always towards the BJP. So only in a few pockets where the AAP is strong, if it's a urban area, I think it's going to dent the BJP more because AAP voters are traditionally urban voters. And in Gujarat, no matter what, it's always a fight between the BJP and Congress, and the rural voter base still remains strong. I mean, I don't think there are so many places I've gone to, they don't see beyond the Panja. They just say, ha, khabar che Panjo. So, you can't take away the Congress from Gujarat.
No, the reason why I asked this question is because there is a very natural question over here on how much damage will the Aam Aadmi Party do and who will they damage more, BJP or the Congress Party? You say BJP, but you see in all their campaigning, even Arvind Kejriwal is going on and saying you don't vote for the Congress. They've never been able to prove as an effective counter to the BJP for 27 years in Gujarat. Vote for us. So they're going after you in order to compete with the BJP.
So if I've understood correctly from my last few weeks in Gujarat, there are a lot of people who are traditional hardcore BJP voters, but they're very upset. So they are in that phase, in that frame of mind that, okay, if we are not going to vote for the BJP, we're not going to vote for anybody at all. So that obviously is not, it doesn't translate into votes for the Congress, but it does help Congress in some way. Regarding AAP, if you look at areas like Surat, where AAP does have a good presence, they are all traditional BJP voters. So if they are to, if people need an option, people who are upset with the BJP because anti-incumbency does fly high, then it would dent the BJP vote. I feel that.
Do you feel, Mumtaz, that Narendra Modi's image, Narendra Modi as a mascot, as a campaign, as a face, is being used to gloss over any possible anti-incumbency against the BJP at a local level? That here is one face which will take care of everything else.
So right now, I will speak as a conscious, aware voter. We usually vote in the Lok Sabha for a Prime Minister. I get that. However, when it comes to local elections, it should always be on local issues and for the local candidate. Now, if you see in Gujarat, we've had the Chief Minister being changed thrice in the last 5 years. So I don't know if it makes sense for the people to vote just in the name of the Prime Minister. We're all proud Gujaratis. We have a Gujarati Prime Minister. That's great. But I think in a local election, it should just be about the local candidate and the local issues.
But you see, you're saying that local issues matter and people must be made aware of them. But do they matter in an election, and particularly in the home state of the Prime Minister, Gujarat?
That is what we need to change. That is why we need to educate the voters. There has been a traditional pattern of voting for many, many, many years. But the youth that is coming up now, those who will vote in the future, they need to understand this. And it is for the media and all of us to educate them that, this pattern has to change.
Okay, so apprising people on the local issues is one point, and to that effect you feel that your campaign is more effective. But here is the thing, we've seen in the past that the Congress has not been a beneficiary. In fact, you have lost out majorly when certain personal attacks have been made. From Maut Ka Saudagar to Zehar Ki Kheti to Neech to Chaiwala, all of them have been spun around by the BJP and used politically and effectively against the Congress and in favor of the BJP. Even in this election, in this low-key election, two comments were made. Madhusudan Mistri's Aukat comment and Mallikarjun Kharge's comment on Ravan. And the Prime Minister and the BJP lapped it up.
Well, it's unfortunate that these comments do come. I would always say that it is not required. However, how to stage manage these comments into favor has always been a forte for the BJP. It is not that they don't make loose comments or they don't make controversial statements, but these do not get picked on, or even if the opposition makes a noise about it, it somewhere gets lost, I guess, in the media, social media. They have a better way of handling it, I feel.
No, so Ms. Mumtaz Patel, you're saying that you're basically advising the Congress that they should have avoided making these comments and kept that in mind.
It's not just Congress. Everyone should refrain from making unnecessary statements, because at the end of the day, it's the loss of the Aam Janta. And we always drift away from the problems and issues that the public faces. We all get involved and caught up in just making one big statement or the other. And it's the public who loses in the long run.
One more criticism, Mumtaz, is that the Congress party, instead of contesting elections and running a campaign in Gujarat, is more interested in a Bharat Jodo Yatra outside of Gujarat, in a non-poll bound state, in the south, in MP, in Maharashtra, thus not concentrating on the immediate challenge, immediate political and electoral challenge. How would you respond?
So Bharat Jodo Yatra is a social movement, and we have elections round the year, every few months. If one were to just keep elections in mind, how are you even going to spread a social message like this? So in fact, I'm glad that they decided to stay away from the elections and concentrate on the message that they're sending out to the people, to unite the country, to keep love and peace, brotherhood. So I don't see any fault in that. Regarding big rallies and this thing, I don't even understand, or I don't even know if that it's just crowd mobilization and a hype in terms of publicity. Whether those actually translate into votes, I don't know. If you have a big leader coming from any party, probably the crowd is stage managed, crowd will come to see the big leader. But whether that will actually help in translating into votes, I'm not sure. So maybe that also needs to change in the future. You need to go on the ground, you need to talk to people, understand what the issues are, and then work upon it.
Now, one of the comments that have been made, Mumtaz, is that Congress runs a low-key campaign. Would you like to explain to our viewers what does low-key mean? I mean, how exactly do you carry out a low-key campaign in a high-voltage election?
So Congress has started Jan Sampark again, which is a fabulous thing. They've been going door to door. They've been explaining to people what the promises are. So that has been the low-key campaign. That's why you don't see the big ticket rallies. You don't see carpet bombing of all the star campaigners across. I think that that's going to be favorable in the long run.
And will it give you electoral dividends in this election?
Eventually.
All right. Mumtaz Patel, thank you so much for joining us on The Big Fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.